Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Goal Hanging, and Goal Hanging with me today, I've got Michelle and Scott. Yeah, that's right, these two are back again. This time, thankfully, they're not in Arsenal colours.
Only because you banned us.
Yeah. Well, too much red, you know, and plus, they're not actually in the Champions League. So
come on.
We
still have an opinion though.
So we get England and we get Fiorentina.
Yeah, those Champions League.
The champion, yeah, big Champions League giants.
Representing the English teams and the teams that were
all the English
and
teams.
I'm representing Juve or something.
It's a bit of a Spurs vibe.
Hey, whoa.
The Tottenham colours.
This is Euro 96, mate. This is Euro 96 inspired.
We will stage a mass walkout. If
closest thing you got to Spurs then, it was I don't know, Darren Anderton or something?
Darren Anderton? Who's he?
Was he in the team?
Sick note, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Who knows? Gaza, I don't think he was probably in Milan or something, but Euro 96, don't remember. Or Rangers? Who was he playing for at the time? Anyway.
Gaza, getting pissed up somewhere, wasn't he?
He's probably in rehab.
Dentist chair.
And goal though. Anyway, I think we're going off topic.
Right, let's
Anyway, so, Champions League. The group stages have happened, and we now know the 16 teams that are in the knockout stage, and we know who's playing who. So I'm going to go through them. There's only 8 games, so I'm going to go through game by game. We're just going to say who we think basically is going to go through from each game. I've also got the odds of who's actually favourite to win, and so essentially it's the bookmakers who they feel is going to win the tournament outright. But then it's kind of strange. You'll see in a minute. Working through.
I believe you.
So the first game that we get is Roma versus Porto.
Yeah.
Which they're two teams that basically the bookies are not favouring. Roma are 80 to 1, Porto are 100 to 1.
Someone's got to win this match though.
Someone's got to win it.
Surely one of them has to get better.
I've got to say, I think Roma.
I think it'll be Roma, but I think it'll be tight.
It'll be tight, but Roma.
Tight, and I think Roma will really bang them in at Stadio Olimpico. That's where I think they're going to score the goals.
I think we haven't been told to drink our beers yet, Dan.
Crack on.
Hooray!
You drink your beers, I'll drink my coffee. Carry on.
You missed your line, mate. Now that I've got my beer, can I think about this? I reckon Roma.
I think it'll be Roma, but yeah, I think it's going to be tight. Roma have had a little bit of an up and down time in Serie A, not quite as solid as they were last season, but you know.
They've still got Edin Dzeko.
Yeah, I was about to say they've still got Dzeko, haven't they? So.
Haven't they got? They've got Justin Kluivert there as well now.
They do.
Who's decent.
Really well. I think it will be.
I think Roma will go through.
I think it'll be Roma as well, but I think Porto are going to fight. I think they're going to give them a tough time of it.
Cool. So yeah, Roma, second in their group?
Yeah.
Tough group though.
Yeah, Madrid. You know, they had a bit of a shocker at the beginning, didn't they? With
they've been all over the place.
CSKA Moscow, but yeah, that was a bit of a shame for them that they couldn't go through in the end.
But you know, you also got to bear in mind for whoever does face Real next time. You know, and we'll get on some bit. Well, I'll talk about that in a bit.
We can do that literally right now. Real Madrid, as you brought them up, they're facing Ajax.
I mean, Real Madrid's form in La Liga has been shocking. They have been dire. Gareth Bale is now on his way to 22nd injury of his Real Madrid contract.
Was it Elche or something that they lost to the other week?
You know, Santi Cazorla scored a brace against them the other week.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He's 34, playing for a nothing La Liga team. They're not looking good.
Villarreal we played for now,
Yeah, but you know, but Real do have a track record of pulling it out the bag in European competition.
I'm a bit worried for Ajax because I was really optimistic about them in the group stages, and they did really well. I know one of the comments on the thing was saying that they didn't. You know, one of the viewers put their predictions in, and they said the one they would disagree with was Ajax, and Ajax really did well. I'm a bit worried about them now because I think they
used to be such a strong force to Dutch football, and then they sort of died off a bit. They seem to be having a bit of a resurgence.
They're picking up, you know, after the, you know, we were talking about on the predictions, group stage prediction episode about them picking up, and after, you know, the Man United final, Europa League and stuff like that.
They look like they were building up a good team.
Yeah,
and they signed Daley Blind from us as well.
The group stage, they've done amazing in the group stage. And considering what Bayern were in the group as well, weren't they? So
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they've done really well, and yeah, I'm just a bit worried about them now because I think it'll just be typical that Real Madrid find form just as
Real.
I mean, I think the only thing they may struggle at the Johan Cruyff Arena
Solid atmosphere there.
Oh, is that where it is?
It's
So
two-legged.
they're two-legged ties.
Yeah,
So first game is at Ajax.
I hate double legs, man. I really do. I
And
like
you get the away goal.
You'd fall over otherwise.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ajax, I think Johan Cruyff is a tough place to go. I think they've definitely, as well as buying some experienced players like Danny Blind, I think they've also brought a few through the youth as well. But Real are capable of turning it on and destroying you when they want to.
Yeah.
They've still got that bit of magic about them. All right, they don't have Ronaldo and Bale might not play, but there's still a lot of quality in that team.
Yeah, and they've still got obviously like Sergio Ramos, but I always feel like he's a bit of a liability. He was. I think
he's got the most red cards and yellow cards ever for the Spanish national team and in La Liga.
And there's actually there's talk of if Mourinho does take over at Real Madrid, that
What?
Ramos is off.
There's talk of Mourinho taking off at Real Madrid.
Could you mind my ears?
I mean, you can tell I was genuinely shocked. I was. There's talk of him getting a big job.
Well, he turned down Benfica, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's probably the level we should be going for.
Yeah, well, he's bloody demonstrated that. Anyway, I just feel like we should spend a lot of time talking about Mourinho.
So Real Madrid facing Ajax.
I'm going to say, do you know what? I'm not sure. I think it could go either way. I really do.
I think it probably will. We're
it's
gonna have
likely
to
to
go.
go
I want it to
Real.
be Ajax.
I want
so
Ajax,
bad.
but I feel that Madrid are going to
But
coast
Madrid
it.
are going to be Madrid.
I think they're going to just.
We're going to have to, innit?
They'll turn it on at the Bernabeu, I reckon. So even if Ajax do,
So that's,
like get a result at home, a draw or whatever, I think Madrid will have too much for them in the second leg.
yeah.
I reckon Real will go through in that one.
I think so, but I don't think they're going to win the competition.
No, I don't think they're going to win it either.
And Real Madrid are actually 6th favourites to win the competition.
Wow.
Is that based on their La
favour-
Liga form as well, though?
That's
Which
based
is mad when
on.
they
That's
won it
based on
3
literally
years in a row.
today. What the bookies are saying.
Yeah, so that will be
They're
their
putting
reason.
Real Madrid at 11-1 to win the Champions League. 11-1.
Sounds about right at this point.
Ajax are 100-1.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah.
no one's fancying them to win it.
Nah.
We might as well stick in Spain, and ironically, we might as well stick in Madrid as well. Atletico Madrid.
Juve going to be too much for them.
They're facing Juventus, who they're actually 3rd favourites to win.
Juve need to win one, man. They have been
I
heartbroken
honestly-
so many times in that final in the last few years. And now they've got the firepower of Ronaldo alongside Dybala.
Yeah.
They've still got Chiellini at the back as well. For me, Juve, that I think they're
It's
going
that
to do.
Chiellini-Bonucci partnership
Oh,
that
it's
they've got there.
fantastic, isn't
I
it?
think they.
The only thing I feel sorry for is that Buffon's gone now, because it would have been nice to see him actually win one. But then again, he's got the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, he's still got.
But it would have been nice to do that.
I think it'll be tough, but I think Juve will outfight Atletico Madrid. I do.
I think Atletico did good to win the Europa League last year, but they're not. They're not quite what they were, and I think Juve are still on the way up, as Atletico have obviously dipped in recent years, and they're just not quite where they were a few years ago.
And Juve are looking really.
And Juve did exactly what they needed to do, like Liverpool, who basically were like, look, we got to the final, and we're really good, but we need to strengthen here, here, and here, and they went out and did it, and Juve are the same.
And they've done that off the back of winning another title.
Yeah.
I mean, bear in mind that Juve were not even really going at full throttle last season and still managed to. I mean, it was very neck and neck with Napoli at some points, but Juve ultimately did win it, and I think Juve I just think they're too much for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a big scoreline.
It could well be a walloping for Atletico.
I don't think it'll be a clean sheet for Juve. I think they'll concede it in Madrid, but I think it'll be a big scoring game.
But I mean, to be fair, like we weren't playing that well, and we went to Juventus and got a result though. But as much as I think Atletico are quite strong still, they've got the good players there. They've got Griezmann, they've got Lamar.
Those players are good, but they've also got slight ideas above their station, I think, as well, a little bit. But I'm referring to some of the Ballon d'Or remarks that were made.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Juventus, and that's, I guess, as well, because I actually tipped them on the
group stage prediction.
Stage one.
I did as well. I haven't changed my thoughts on Juve since then. I do think, especially getting to this stage of the tournament, I think they'll actually be stronger, because I think they'll be quite ruthless.
They've come so close so many times now.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a thing where they just pull the trigger and they're like, look, you know, we've got to go balls to the wall, sod the league,
why they signed Ronaldo.
Let's
I think
do
that's
it.
why they got Ronaldo.
Yeah.
To win the Champions League.
And as much as I don't like him, he's a very powerful figure on the pitch in terms of motivating the team to go that bit further.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then you lot will be happy because Szczesny would have helped win.
Mate, I think I'd cry if I saw Szczesny holding the Champions League.
Oh,
I really would. Like,
little Wojciech, I miss him.
I still, I love him. Shut
up.
He was alright.
You didn't when he was shipping 8 at Old Trafford.
Nah, yeah, but that was. I told you. As I said, the group stage thing. That was a bad day. But no, I've always liked Szczesny, and I think it'd be nice to see him do well.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Cool. And then obviously Aaron Ramsey will probably join him in the summer as well.
Yeah, Ramsey's looking like.
Oh, Rambo.
If the whole Ramsey thing, I know we're not really talking about Arsenal, but if Ramsey is going, which it looks like he will, I want him to go to Juventus.
I don't want him anywhere near the Premier League.
If he's going anywhere in the world, I think Juve is the best place for him to go right now. And because like
I
to
think
go
the
to
Italian
Barca,
football kind of suit him as well.
Barca and Madrid is like the obvious place for most like Premiership players, but
yeah,
I think Juve is a real project.
So yeah, now we move on to the last of the Spanish teams that are left, and that is Barcelona, who are facing Lyon.
It's Barca, isn't it? I mean, Lyon have been great.
Then again, like Barca in recent years, they've had a few shockers.
They have.
So
Messi's.
I wouldn't be that surprised.
Look at how Messi's played the last few weeks.
Messi's been amazing.
He's been outrageous.
I mean, the bookies have got Barca down as second favourites.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, you probably shouldn't bet against Barca, but I just feel like past few years
they're not the same team.
They're not the same team. They're not. But I still think
they're another team. They're in like a transitional period. They've lost like Xavi, Iniesta, like their core of their team. Puyol.
I'd say if they do make the final, I think they could win it.
Yeah, I think
semi-final.
I think Barcelona are going to be too much for Lyon, but Lyon have been a little bit of a surprise in both Ligue 1 and the Champions League this year.
In what? Ligue 1?
Ligue 1.
Ligue 1.
I like the Ligue 1. Unfortunately, Marseille are being really quite terrible this season. But I think they're on the up, Lyon, and I think they've done some really good work. And despite losing Lacazette, season half, 2 seasons ago, they seem to have kind of found a way around that. And I wouldn't completely discount them, but I think ultimately it
will be Barca.
It will be Barca,
especially over 2 legs.
At the new camp.
Barca are one of those teams that benefit with, I think, the 2-leg system.
Oh, they're absolutely
definitely, and
weren't they? Yeah.
I think as well, and I'm going to get into this a little bit more later on, especially with Barcelona being at home second, it gives them
they know how much
that safety blanket, so they'll know how much they need to turn it on, kind of thing. So like if Lyon get like a 1-0 or even a 2-0 at their ground, Barca will know, okay, we need to go
4-0
balls to the wall. We'll just smash them,
which we can do.
Or whoever their ref will be will decide to send someone off for kicking a ball after an offside. Like they did for us. But yeah, I do think going on to that game, Arsenal when we beat them at the Emirates and then we went there, it's just so much harder going there.
It's a very, very
because like you say, they either shut up shop or they just turn it on,
And the thing is,
very fortunate.
Over the years, they've been so good at doing both as well. They were like especially under Guardiola, they had that.
They did have the ability to park the bus a bit, didn't they? Which
they had that steal there as well. That Mascherano, Piqué, Puyol, those 3 would literally just sit there and they would not. They would just literally they'd kick anything, the ball, the player, whatever. They wouldn't care.
The ball, the player, they get brick wall.
Literally, you throw a brick in the air, Puyol would have headed it.
Yeah. Well, his head.
And
give him a fair bit.
He's
probably the only one that could.
But they've not got Guardiola, but the team that have got Guardiola are Manchester City.
Yeah.
Who
surely are
they've got
Schalke, come on.
It's, to be fair, like, I mean, I'm not going to sound like the bitter United fan, but it seems like City are now the new United, so to speak, where they're getting all the easy ties. Historically, Man United have got easy rides through competitions, but it seems like...
Are we going back to like we did on the last episode where we're talking about conspiracies?
What, like warm balls and that kind of stuff? And Fergie time we get to later on.
Jagged price. I think City have been quite lucky with the Schalke draw. Schalke are... they're okay.
German efficiency, isn't it?
Yeah,
German teams, you know what you're going to get from a German
team. You know, they're efficient, they're well organised, but you know, they're not a Borussia Dortmund, they're not a Bayern Munich.
And I think it's a little bit like the Barcelona thing. I think Schalke will probably have more of a chance to get something at home.
Yeah.
I think if they go to the Etihad with like 5 fans there, they will be.
Oh, they'll be absolutely demolished.
Yeah, I mean, it as we've said, it depends.
I mean, we're also talking about a Man City that's still waiting to bring Kevin De Bruyne back to full fitness as well.
You know,
imagine when
it's
they
like,
chuck him on as well.
Yeah.
I suppose that first game in Schalke will, or sorry, not in Schalke, the first game in Gelsenkirchen.
Yeah.
Oh, well said.
Oh yeah.
He's been practicing.
So the first game in Gelsenkirchen will be, I guess, the determining factor as to what kind of side City put out in the second leg.
Oh yes.
So that'll be whether they'll go with, say, the next game, whether they'll go with like Aguero and Jesus up front, or whether they decide they're going to bring one of the youngsters through to play up front.
It's the risk, though, isn't it? You know,
It's that risk, yeah.
I think that's what I was going to say at the beginning when we first mentioned City, is that surely this is the year where they do something in Europe, like, because they've been so good. And like, but I think another team which we'll get onto, I guess, when we talk about Man United, is PSG. Like, both those teams are just,
they dominate at home.
Yeah.
And Juve. I mean, there's so many big forces.
You know what though? City have had a bit of a wobble in the Prem recently, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, they lost a few, but actually this ultimately might benefit them, because by this point last year they were running away with it, like PSG are with Ligue 1, and there was no competition. And actually this year the little upsets mean they've had to step back a bit and regroup and rethink their strategy. And actually ultimately that wobble in December might kind of benefit them.
Yeah, because
in a competition like this, they've been tested a bit and they've had to find a way around it. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pep spend some defensive money in this window.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, when he first took over, he highlighted, okay, I need fullbacks. He went out and bought 4 fullbacks. He spent well over like nearly 300 million quid on 4 fullbacks, and you know they're looking so strong at the moment, and it's frightening because like how good they look sometimes.
Yeah, but except for that dip.
But
before that,
it's always that but.
But then again, they beat Liverpool and they're right back up there. You know?
But then they've got this mentality, City, of they'll beat a big team, but then they'll face a smaller team, and that's where they'll kind of slip up, which makes me think Schalke could get something in the first game.
Upset in Germany.
But then that could have a knock-on effect in the second leg.
Up and making,
you know, because
really
because it's like, well, okay, you've not won this competition. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Like, kind of force City's hand, and you know, this is the one with like the most gap in the market. So the bookies are favouring Man City to win the whole competition. They're 3-1 favourites. Schalke are rank outsiders, 250
are they
to 1.
bottom?
Really?
Schalke 250 to 1.
I was tempted to chuck a fly for
Yeah. I just can't see.
We're not endorsing.
I don't know, man. Like the City.
We're actually sponsored by Bet365. If you
at the beginning of the Champions League, I would have said that City had a really, really good chance, but
we didn't foresee that wobble in December.
But yeah, a wobble, and just the fact that I guess just the rest of this draw really, like Man United, PSG will go into again. Like one of those teams are going to go through, and they could potentially face City. You know, so Dortmund, Tottenham, one of them could face City. You know, Real Madrid could face City, and Barcelona could face. It's going to.
It's literally an open field. Like as of after this,
when you get to or even not even after this is a tough round.
Yeah.
There were some teams that were so close to going through on the group stage. I think it is a really good draw, but you know, I think it'll be City, but I think
this is
Schalke could cause a problem.
I think as well that's why it's looking so good this year, the Champions League, because these games are hard to pick, especially over 2 legs. It's like, can teams turn it on at home? You know, can they go away sometimes to difficult atmospheres and
particularly if you're going quite eastwards,
get a result.
Particularly if you're going over to kind of your Moscows, your Ukraine, your Germanys, it's much tougher to play out there. Their fans are hardcore. I went to a Fortuna League game in Prague. It was the Sparta Prague, Bohemian Prague derby. I've never seen anything like it.
Really?
I mean, it was civilised,
yeah.
but like there were no rules, man. There were no rules, and going out to those more eastern countries, they're tough to play in. They're really tough to play.
It's like when Cologne came to the Emirates and they shut down the streets, and then they let off the flares and all that stuff. You know, like they're bringing the atmosphere, man. They make it.
They will.
They make the
They'll
game.
bring it. Yeah. The German fans are. They're
Well,
fantastic. Yeah.
We're actually getting 3 separate lots of German fans coming to England in the Champions League. So other than Schalke, Man City, we move on to last year's runners-up, Liverpool, facing Bayern Munich. Which again,
this is probably
the toughest one to call.
I think. I mean, this one they've got Liverpool at 9-1, Bayern Munich at 12-1. So this is basically like a flip of a coin.
It is.
I mean, we've seen Liverpool over the years have some truly amazing European nights at Anfield, but difference is back then they had Steven Gerrard that would smash in a 35-yarder.
Yeah, and Bayern on.
Now I can't see James Milner doing that.
Or
Jordan Henderson will probably knock an old lady out at Goodison Park.
As we mentioned on the group stage episode, Anfield's going to play a part, but also Liverpool's league form is going to play a part. And at the moment, they've been doing really well. Right, they had to slip up against City, but the fact that they jumped so far ahead of City so quickly, I think it gave a massive boost to Liverpool fans and the squad, and you know the press. Everybody suddenly was talking about how Liverpool are gonna win the league, not might, but are gonna until Man City beat them. And then before that it was all only Man City's gonna win it. Things can change so quickly.
Wolves as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. FA Cup, and that's another thing with cup competition. Maybe it's just gonna. Maybe we'll catch up.
Bayern aren't quite firing on all cylinders this season. They're struggling a bit. Lewandowski, he's okay, you know, but Bayern are not the team they were last season.
Yeah.
They are not running away with the Bundesliga like they were last season. But again, like we said with City, that might give them more incentive. Okay, we're probably not going to win the Bundesliga. Let's try the Champions League.
Kind of thing,
I think both Munich and Liverpool are tough places to go and play. And for me, honestly, it's
was
just
that
a tight
not
one.
Because I was just talking about how Liverpool might find it hard, but now you start talking about that, I'm thinking
the Allianz is a tough
Allianz
place.
is
but now I think, you know,
but then
Bayern Munich might find it hard as well.
Last time they had a big, massive
so
European game there was the final against Chelsea in their own backyard, and they got beat. You know,
They like turning it on though. They like to give Arsenal a thumping at the Allianz.
I bet that's what you guys must have been thrilled. Europa League, thinking, oh, thank goodness we avoided Munich.
I sat through both of those 5-2 games in that last season's Champions League.
Awful for staying.
I paid my money. I was watching my 90 minutes of
Talking of games between German teams and North London teams. Obviously, there's the one game that you two are going to just brush over. Borussia Dortmund against Tottenham.
Borussia gonna win it.
To be fair, that's most likely going to be at Wembley, let's face it. Not at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
I thought you were going to call it the Tottenham Hotspot for some reason, though. I don't know why.
That's what they should call their Wi-Fi. Like their public Wi-Fi, if they've got a public Wi-Fi at the stadium. Tottenham, I don't know why us Arsenal fans and Man United fans
giving them marketing ideas.
Tottenham Hotspot, you should use that. That's a good one.
Trademark it,
And then get a nice little shack outside the stadium selling the Tottenham Hotspuds. Oi oi!
Oh God.
Yep.
Okay. I think, and I'm not saying it as anti-Tottenham Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
I think it will be Borussia. They are playing really well in the Bundesliga right now. And again, obviously, we've got both League Cup and FA Cup and the Premier League for Tottenham. Are they going to be spread too thin with the depth of squad we talked about? Borussia, they've got, what's this chop? Jadon Sancho and everyone playing really, really well. And actually, I don't think Borussia Dortmund are going to be intimidated at Wembley.
No, I think as well.
Or the Tottenham Hotspot.
To be fair as well, Jadon Sancho, I mean, we went to the England-USA game and watching Jadon Sancho live, that guy is lightning quick.
Yeah. Was that his first England game?
Yeah. No, second. I think first England start, but then you think if he plays against...
I know he was impressive. I know it was only a friendly, you know, and Wayne Rooney sort of testimonial.
And as well, they've got they've got him and Christian Pulisic, and if they both turn it on down them wings, I don't think that the Tottenham defence are going to be able to handle them two.
And I think as well their fans are going to be very intimidating. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, I think Dortmund fans are...
They're hardcore, man. They are hardcore.
That yellow wall as well that they have behind.
So I think that against Tottenham.
That's ironically what Tottenham are trying to replicate at their new ground.
I think you also got to think a little bit about Hugo Lloris's form's been a bit up and down in the last year, isn't it? He was a bit patchy at the World Cup.
To be fair, they've looked better when they've been playing Gazaniga in goal. They've looked a lot more solid. And there's only so many times Harry Kane can rescue them as well.
If I'm being honest, I think it will be tight because Tottenham do have the ability to pull it out the bag at the
they've had
last
some
minute.
good results in Europe the past few years as well. You know, when people didn't expect them to. So.
Like look at when they were first in the Champions League when they had Gareth Bale.
Tough one to call, but I think ultimately it will be Dortmund.
I think it'll be Dortmund as well.
And then obviously we've got the last game. For me, is obviously the one that I'm most interested in. It's Man United versus Paris Saint-Germain. First leg at Old Trafford, second leg at the Parc des Princes.
So this one's really hard to pick as well.
See, now,
because
when we did the group stage one, literally, if this had gone out while Mourinho was still Man United manager, I would have been saying PSG are going to give us an absolute hiding. Like, even at Old Trafford, I would have thought PSG are going to come here and beat us 3-0.
But you know what?
Under Solskjaer, it might only be 2.
It might, so Solskjaer's rejuvenated the squad. We talked about on the last one in terms of the FA Cup, but also we need to think about Kylian Mbappe isn't quite as sharp as he was last season, and PSG, although they're strong, dominate Ligue 1, historically have not performed well in European competition. That's why they got rid of Emery and brought in Thomas Tuchel, who unfortunately just seems to be bossed about by the squad and doesn't actually get to manage the team. And you know, are the referees going to put up with more Neymar's theatrics? Are they? Is it going to work?
Yeah, so you say the lack of European form for PSG, but then it's been well documented, obviously, Man United have not been the best this season.
So I think at the beginning of the season, like you say, I would have said that PSG for the years, like Juventus, who have kind of and City, the past 5 years, this is when they've needed to kind of take that next step up. And they haven't, and it's about time for each of those teams. But I'm not too sure, because now Man United are rejuvenated under Solskjaer, and like I said in the last episode, I do think the cracks will start to come up again. But at the moment, it's a good time. Well, it's a bad time to face Man United, because Man United are playing like the old Man United again. Yeah. And I think they're excited to play. They're going to be excited for Europe and how the next stage is going to go. And I think they're going to be worried about PSG, but I think they'll put up a good fight.
Like was in the FA Cup podcast, they haven't really got the Premier League to play for. The Champions League is something. I don't think they're one of the favourites, but they could. And PSG.
Man United are 40-1 to win the Champions League. 40-1.
I mean, I can't see them winning it.
No.
I mean,
it's tough.
What PSG?
PSG are actually full favourites, 7-1.
So if you're going by the bookies, PSG are definitely going through.
So by the bookies, it is PSG going through. But the way I'm looking at this is, with my non-Man United hat on, in France, I think we could well get turned over. At Old Trafford, under the lights, it's the first game at Old Trafford.
And you forget,
playing
Solskjaer is a Champions League hero for Man United. So he might be able to give them a little bit of inspiration.
Exactly. And the thing, especially where he's now working closely with Alex Ferguson as well.
The Ferguson manager then.
Pretty much, yeah.
I do think, though, there is a little bit to be said. I think they are doing better under Solskjaer, but Old Trafford isn't the fortress that it used to be.
Everyone used to
take a while.
Everyone used to be scared to come to Old Trafford.
It's getting, but people used to hate going to Old Trafford, whereas now I think some teams and PSG
they're relishing it, thinking, we could get something.
I could nick a point here. Yeah. I mean, obviously, theirs is not a.
And I think that's what Mourinho was doing pretty much this season. Oh yeah, we could get a point at home.
Where's the first game? Where's the
first game's at Old Trafford?
So I'm gonna go 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. But Man United creep it back. Yeah. Or 2-2 draw, something like that.
Yeah, it'll be a real last gasp.
Yeah, and it'll look like Man United are going to do it, and then the next one, PSG will do it. I think PSG will go through. But then again, it's so typical Man United to do it.
To sneak the 93rd minute goal, isn't it?
Don't. I mean, I think it all depends really on who we bring in the January transfer window. It's purely. It's fact. We need a centre half. We need that commanding defender that will literally walk through a brick wall. And
I mean, we got Socrates, but you can't have him.
I think if we, If we get a decent centre half, then we've got half a chance.
Yeah.
But
I think United have got Pogba finding form again and Sanchez back fit.
and as well,
let's not
Pogba,
underestimate Matt.
Pogba's going to be going back to Paris. It's going to be like the first club game he's playing there since he's won the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's going to want to go there and prove a point. You know,
It's
the
very
guys
tough.
around
It's
him.
very tough,
It's
yeah.
still a young team, don't forget as well. You've got like Rashford, Lingard,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of the young
Tony
players.
Marshall.
Tony
Yeah.
Marshall, scores again.
It's kind of like, although, you know, one side of me is like PSG, definitely they're just better quality
I
at the
just
moment. But then, like,
With
when you
United,
even say
they
those
just
names,
sneak it, don't they?
yeah, and with the potential of some of those players,
And we've not even
it
mentioned
feels like
Lukaku as
this
well.
could be the turning point
Fellaini.
for that team, you know, which
Phil Jones.
I don't want to see.
Yeah, watch how
but
Fellaini
it
sneaks
could
on and gets a 91st
Yeah,
minute
oh,
header
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
I hate him, I do. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that on podcast.
happen. Yeah, you
What's
can say
that?
what
That you
want.
hate Fellaini?
I can't stand him.
I liked him better with the afro.
Yeah, I liked him when he weren't pulling Guendouzi's afro.
Just
But,
jealousy, mate.
Yeah,
Jealousy.
exactly.
Um,
He regretted that one, didn't he?
I think
So,
United are very good at sneaking that extra goal right at the last minute when the other team think they're through.
Mm.
So-
But
I'm still
Still
going
say
PSG.
PSG.
Yeah.
okay. Is that all of them?
Yeah. So, if we're going on what the bookmakers think,
Yeah.
Okay.
then the quarter-finalists will be Roma,
Yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain, Tottenham, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Juventus and Man City.
Okay, so we'll go from there, or even what we pick, but who we think are gonna win?
Basically, so who
I
do
mean,
we
it's tough
think
because the draw is gonna be
the draw?
could change it all again. It depends who
And-
people get. But at the moment, like we did when we did the group stage, I'm still gonna say Juventus are gonna win.
But the thing we've got to remember as well is round of 16, it's like teams were kept apart, like countries were kept apart.
And first
As
and
of-
second seeds were kept. Well,
Yeah.
first and second.
So
places
as
were
of
kept.
quarter-final, it's literally a random draw.
Mm.
Random draw.
Conspiracy.
So City will be getting Roma
Illuminati
then.
There's basically Man City are going to be facing like Red Star Belgrade Reserve. I think.
Somehow, if they're not in the competition, but yeah, somehow.
So, me and Scott have obviously said that we reckon Juventus are going to win
In
it.
the last episode. So you're sticking
in
to the
the
same
last
as what you said
episode.
in the last
I'm-
Champions League episode.
I'm going to go
You're gonna go United, aren't you?
and say...
Go on,
We'll
do
see.
it.
That
You know
it-
you want
it-
it. He's
Go on.
struggling.
No,
He's like-
I don't. I think if Paris Saint-Germain get through against United, it will be Juventus-Paris Saint-Germain final,
That'd be a good final.
which would be...
That's a big shout you've
Where's the
just
final
made
this
there.
year?
Where?
Yeah.
At the Wanda Metropolitano.
Which is in which country?
It is the Atletico Madrid Stadium.
Oh, okay. What a name.
Is that Atletico Madrid or Athletic Bilbao Stadium?
No, Atletico Madrid.
Because Bilbao Stadium's being used. Oh, I'm thinking of the next load of Euros. They're using Bilbao Stadium on the multi-city thing.
And I know that because it's on their Champions League mode on their FIFA 19.
They finally got
Which you
Champions
can
League.
actually buy through our Amazon link.
Oi, oi. Yeah.
Redknight.com/support.
Yeah, that's the one. So who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
See, I do think it's going to be Juve. I do.
We all think you then.
I think Juve, and I have thought Juve.
Watch them go out now, mate.
Yeah, well, it's going to be... Oh, it's Atletico Madrid, isn't
I
it?
think
Could
it's.
sort
I
of
think it's going to be Juve, or if someone causes an upset, I'd go Borussia Dortmund second. Actually,
Really?
You think
I
they're
watch
gonna,
a lot of
you think they're going to beat Tottenham?
yes.
We already done that.
I watch a lot of Bundesliga, and they've looked really good this season.
Mm.
They have.
Well,
So
I think it is Juve.
I think
though, and
everyone's
I really
unanimous
want
that it's
to
going to
win
be
it out.
Juventus
yeah,
to win it.
I want Juventus to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the other English teams. So
What if it is a PSG and Juve final and Gigi has to play in goal against his former club, who he got sent off for in the last Champions League final? Oh my God, it'd be like the EastEnders of the Champions League.
I've got a question for you guys to win
Bonus pint. Oh.
a bonus pint.
Oh, mate.
Now, we've spoken quite a bit about the Paris Saint-Germain Man United game
Yeah.
and the fact of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer taking over at Man United.
Can we call him Ole?
Ole!
Yeah.
Should have played for Arsenal with a name like that.
Yeah, so basically him taking over at Man United and ironically it coming 20 years after
Oh,
United's treble
yay.
victory.
What I said earlier, I'm starting to edge towards United.
Which, ironically, the final of that, where was it? In Spain.
Oh, Spain.
As well.
Yeah.
So,
I love
obviously
Spain.
we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer famously scored a 93rd minute winner in the Champions League final to complete a memorable treble. What I want to know is in the rest of that tournament, just that 98-99 Champions League tournament, how many other goals did he score? Did he only score 1?
Yeah.
Did he score 3, 5 or 7?
1.
3.
He scored 1.
Yeah!
Did you win again?
Bonus Pint!
I convinced you to collude about this.
And do you know who it was against?
Was it against Arsenal?
Who was in the group? Oh, Bayern Munich.
Bromby.
It seemed too easy. I was like, it must be Bayern again. We're in the
Nah,
same group.
Bromby.
Oh, Bromby. Bromby bye-bye.
Bromby, bye.
Yeah. Even Phil Neville scored against them, to be fair.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway, well.
So there you have it. Scott correctly guessed that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer scored just 1 other goal.
Hey,
To be fair, it's not
It's
not about how many you score, it's the importance of the goal.
Very important.
93rd minute winner. Ole,
Typical
we love you.
Yeah.
Ole, you
Love you, Ollie.
So yeah, that's everything for this episode. If you like what you see, don't forget, check us out, rebnoise.com, YouTube, Twitter, all the Instagram, whatever it is. Whatever platform you check us out on, don't forget to subscribe and share.
Like, comment.
Like, comment, be nice, rebnoise.com. And also you can buy merchandise, all different things on our shop. Kick a few pennies back to us. rebnoise.com/support. Thank you for goal hanging.
Don't even take us for fun. On this week, don't do that. There's much better. Say
You
thanks for
have
hanging
to
on.
pause like steady on.
Right.
Oh, good fun, lovely stuff.
Go gang, go gang.
Good gang. Oh, you are like that.